Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Simbrick and here is my final discussion for the developmental assessment paper. I want to give you guys a little bit of background on the child that I chose to do. Her name is Charlie and she's 3 years old. I work with her mother Tracy. Tracy is 30 years old. She is recently divorced. Tracy is well educated and works 40 hours per week. Tracy is the primary caregiver for Charlie. Tracy had a normal, natural, and relatively stress-free pregnancy and delivery. Her and her husband were together when Charlie was born. Tracy has a strong family support who assists her with watching Charlie when she needed, and Charlie has no physical or genetic defects and no other medical issues such as vision or hearing. Once I completed the ASQ, I found that Charlie is developmentally on track for her age. Charlie scored 55 in communication, 55 in gross motor skills, 45 in fine motor skills, 60 in problem solving, and 55 in personal and social categories, all indicating, according to the ASQ, that she is developmentally on track. So next, to answer the questions for the discussion, the first one was implications to social work and understanding your child's development. I think that the implications for social work and understanding child development comes down to using the multidimensional framework we learned from the beginning and throughout this course, understanding every aspect, medical, psychological, social, and how they all affect your child's development. And I think those are really important when working in social work, getting the whole picture, because each area has a different effect on your child. Is the ASQ a good tool to use with populations of the Southwest? Yes and no. I think that the ASQ is a great tool to use to identify where your child is at developmentally for their age. I thought it was a great tool. I thought it really laid out what the task was, if your child's completing it, and gauged whether your child is meeting those developmental and cognitive milestones that they should be meeting. I also, when I say no, I think that the ASQ should be more specific to culture and region as well as doing the milestones. Being more sensitive to the cultural differences and how those influence development plays a big part on whether they're delayed, whether they're disabled, and if they are meeting those milestones. Just an example, different cultures emphasize different things. So an example would be the Native American culture is more verbal, passing down stories through language and communication. So they might emphasize development and communication as a higher need than their social development or their motor and fine and gross motor skills. So that's just an example, but like I said, I think if the ASQ also provided some cultural things in there on the questionnaire, it would really gauge if it was, if they were meeting those or not. Another example would be if the family does not speak English very well, it would show that there might be a delay in learning, but that might just be because they don't understand English and this test is given in English. Some things like that. That's kind of why I think it's a great tool, but also could use some assistance. So what did I learn from this experience? I thought this experience was very interesting. I learned, first of all, that there was a tool to even gauge the milestones. I always thought it was just kind of word of mouth or what your doctor told you they should be doing, but the fact that there's an actual assessment I thought was really cool. And I found it to be a very valuable resource that I hopefully will be able to utilize in the future as well. It really guided me through to touch all the different areas of development, because some of the questions I even thought were very interesting, and I didn't think that would be related to where they were developmentally, but after reading through the chapters and doing the ASQ and then gauging where Charlie was, it really kind of brought everything together for me. I also learned a little bit about parenting and the importance of patience and promoting independence. I also thought it was interesting and learned about the secure attachment and how that can affect your child. I believe Charlie has a very secure attachment, so even though she is recently divorced, I don't see any problem with her development right now. And again, this experience was super fun. It was really fun to watch Charlie go through all the little tasks that I had her do, and to see, she was so proud and happy to show those off to me. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So those are my final thoughts, and thank you for listening.